Hello everyone, welcome to the course of Automotive Manufacturing Processes and Technology. Myself, Vimal Salot from LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. In this session, we are going to discuss about super finishing processes. Super finishing processes are those processes in which material removed is very less in quantity but better surface finishing can be provided to the workpiece. So we will see different types of the super finishing process. First type of the process is known as the lapping process. The tool which is used for this process is known as the lap tool. Here principle of this process is shown in this diagram. So it is a lap tool and generally it is made of very soft material like cast iron or aluminum. Before starting the process, it is necessary to charge the lap tool. So for this purpose, abrasive particles are used with machine oil or rap oil or grease. So this oil is known as the vehicle as they are means to carry the abrasive particles. So these are the abrasive particles. Actually size of these abrasive particles are very small, but here magnified view is shown. So generally used abrasive particles are aluminum oxide, silicon carbide, chromium oxide or boron carbide, or it may be powder of the diamond. So these are the general abrasive materials which are used for this process. Now lap tool is charged with these abrasive particles and machine oil. So all these abrasive particles are get inserted into the lap material. Now this lap tool is rubbed against the workpiece. So whatever irregularities or roughness is present on the surface of the workpiece, they will get removed or it will be minimized. So this kind of process is known as the lapping process. Now there are two types of this process. One is known as the hand lapping, in which there is no machine is used but the whole process is carried out manually. And second type of the process is known as the machine lapping. So in case of machine lapping, the lap tool is provided the rotary movement as shown here in this diagram. Workpiece is mounted on this work table. So here all these workpiece are shown as we can see in this diagram. So work table is also provided the rotary movement. This tool, lap tool, is also provided the rotary movement. But direction of rotation for both workpiece and for lap tool are opposite to each other. So as shown in this diagram, if lap tool is moving in a clockwise direction, then workpiece table must be moving in anti-clockwise direction. Now this lap tool is being pressed against the workpiece and the whole process is carried out. So by that rapid action, the surface of the workpiece is get finished. Next type of the process is known as the honing process. So here the tool which is used is known as the honing tool, and we can see in this diagram the principle of this process. These sticks are known as the abrasive sticks, which are fitted on the peripheral surfaces of this honing tool. Honing tool is provided rotary movement and it is also provided the reciprocating movement for the surface finishing. So it is a process which is generally used to make the precise surface finishing, and the impurities or the irregularities of the workpiece is minimized by using the honing process. As shown here in this diagram, the honing tool is provided rotary motion and it is also provided the reciprocating movement inside the hole. So by that rubbing action, we can have the better surface finishing. Here we can see the comparison of different processes for surface roughness. So first process is precision turning, and in case of precision turning, the highest peak value for surface roughness is up to 12.5 micrometer. So this diagram, all these diagrams are shown here. It shows surface roughness of the workpiece. Next level of finishing process is grinding process. In grinding process, surface roughness is up to 5 micrometer. Next process is honing process, and in honing process its value is up to 1.25 micrometer. Next process is lapping process, where the surface roughness value is up to 0.25 micrometer. And next level of the process is super finishing process. So all these are the processes, and by comparison we can see how much surface finishing we can achieve. So as per the requirement, the process can be applicable. Next process is known as the polishing process. So it is a surface finishing operation in which the purpose is to remove the scratches or tool mark or pit which are present on the workpiece. When any workpiece is prepared by using conventional machining method, it may happen that it may be having tool mark or scratches on the surface, or it may be having some pits also. So all these can be removed by using the polishing process. The principle of this process is shown here. So it is a polishing wheel which can be used for the purpose, and the workpiece is mounted on this rotating table. So by that type of rubbing action, we can have the polishing action on the surface of the workpiece material. Next process is known as the buffing process. Now buffing process is used to provide very much higher surface finishing or lustrous or reflective finishing on the surface of the workpiece. For this purpose, the tool used is known as the buffing wheel. Here we can see it is a buffing wheel, and by applying some coating, we can apply the abrasive particles mixed with buffing compound on this wheel. Now there will be relative movement between this buffing wheel and workpiece, and we can achieve better surface finishing. Next process is known as the barrel tumbling or barrel finishing processes. Particularly this method is suitable when quantity of workpiece is large and size of the workpiece is smaller. So in this process, the machine which is used is shown here. It is known as the barrel tumbling process, and the equipment which is used is known as the tumbler. It may be having the shape of hexagonal or it may be octagonal also. So one machine is shown here. The parts which we want to make finish, all these part mixed with the compound and abrasive particles, and in this tumbler parts and media are mixed together and they are placed inside this tumbler, and this tumbler is rotated by providing mechanical arrangement. It shows the side view. Either you see it from the left hand side or we can see it from the right hand side. It is the side view of the tumbler. So we can see it has 8 surfaces as it is octagonal in shape, and these are the media and parts which are put inside this tumbler, and it is the direction of the rotation. So when it is rotated, what happens, all the particles are rubbed with the media and the abrasive particles, so rubbing action takes place and better surface finishing can be achieved. Let's see some examples of a workpiece, how it looks before this process and how it looks after the completion of the process. So here we can see different types, like you can see in this diagram before and after the process, how the workpiece looks like and what kind of surface finishing we can achieve. So all these parts are generally small in size, and all these parts are put together inside the tumbler. Next type of process is burnishing process. In general, we can say that it is a process which can be compared with the rod roller. We all might be aware with how rods are made. So the roller which is used for this purpose can be compared with the roller tool which is used for the burnishing operation. The rod surface is made even by applying the pressure of the rolling surface on the rod. So just like that, in burnishing process, the tool used which will be having balls or roller, and they are fitted to the shank of the tool, and they are provided the rubbing action and rolling action on the surface of the workpiece material, and the surface irregularities or roughness can be minimized. Let's see the principle of this process. So here in this diagram, it is a it may be spherical balls or it may be roller. So it is provided the rotary motion, and it is also provided some normal force on this roller, and this workpiece is moving in this direction. So there is relative movement between the tool and the workpiece, and by that rubbing action, the irregularities which are in the form of peaks and valleys are get minimized. So what happens when the pressure is applied on the surface of the workpiece, the peaks are get minimized, their height will be decreased, and the material will be flowing inside the valleys. So that valleys can be filled up by the material, and peaks height will be decreased. So by that kind of action, we can have the better surface finishing. Now there are two types. First type is known as the ball burnishing process, in which spherical balls are used for the purpose. But whenever we carry this type of process, it is necessary to have the continuous flow between the rubbing surfaces, between the balls and the workpiece. So here hydraulic fluid is provided, and continuously it is provided between the rubbing surfaces. So by that action, we can achieve the surface finishing. Second type of burnishing process is roller burnishing process, and in this type of category, the tool holder, it is a tool holder, and we can use our conventional lathe machine also for this purpose. So this workpiece is fitted between the center, and it is provided the rotary movement. In the tool post of lathe machine, this tool is fitted, it is a tool holder, and it is a burnishing roller. It may also contain more than one roller also, and this roller is provided the rolling action, and this workpiece is also rotating, and while it is rotating, the roller is pressed against the rotating surface of the workpiece. So by that pressure and rubbing action, the peaks and valleys or irregularities or roughness can be minimized. So it is a basic principle of burnishing process for two types, that is ball burnishing process and roller burnishing process. Next type of process is known as powder coating. Now powder coating is a finishing process in which thermosetting or thermoplast free flowing powder is applied on the surface. It is heated, it is melted, and when it becomes cool, it will be providing the even coating on the surface. So for this purpose, there are three stages in which the whole process is completed. First stage is known as the preparation stage, second stage is known as the application stage, and third stage is known as the curing stage. Now in first stage of preparation, it is necessary to make the surface very clean before powder coating. So for this purpose, we can use alkaline soap solution, or sometimes Powder coating process can be completed in three stages. First stage is preparation, second stage is application, and third stage is curing stage. In preparation stage, it is necessary to make the surface clean, which is being to be powder coated. So for this purpose, the dust particles or dirt particles or traces of the oil, all these traces are necessary to remove from the surface. For this purpose, we can also use alkaline soap solution, and by applying that solution we have to make the surface free from all dust, dirt or oil traces. So that stage is a preparation stage. Second stage is application stage, and there are two methods to apply the powder coating on the surface of the workpiece. First method is known as electrostatic deposition. So for this process, spray gun is used and powder is applied on the surface of the workpiece by using this spray gun. So when we apply the powder, it will be evenly distributed on the surface. After that, heat will be provided, it will be melted, and it will be cooled down, and it will provide the even coating on the surface. Next type of this powder coating is a fluidized bed powder coating process. Is a fluidized bed powder coating process, and in this type of process, first the parts are heated up to certain temperature. So it is a preheating stage, and after that they are dipped inside the powder bed. So it is known as the fluidized bed powder coating. So these are the two methods for powder coating. Third stage is known as the curing stage, and it is completed in the powder curing oven. So the parts which are being powder coated, now they are put inside this oven, and oven is operated at a temperature in the range in between 325 to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. So it is a curing stage. Now powder coating will be applied evenly on the surface of the workpiece material, and all the three stages are completed of this process. Thanks for watching.